and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, and welcome to this live stream of today's public meeting, brought to you by Downtown Grand Rapids, Inc. Please stay tuned, and we'll see you shortly.
Thank you. I'd like to bring to order this Downtown Development Authority meeting on Wednesday, July 9th, 2025 at 9 a.m. Our first motion, we have an agenda item that needs a little bit further work, so we pulled it from the original agenda, the 45 Ionia parking agreement. It'll come back to us maybe next month. Okay. So I would entertain a motion to approve the amended agenda. All right. Is this just do I just call all in favor? Or do we, okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. So we'll go with the revised agenda. First item is to approve the June 11th, 2025 minutes. They were in our packets. Any comments or corrections? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Next item, Downtown Enhancement Grant Civic Theater. Mr. Kelly?
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, everyone. So in case you didn't know, Division Avenue is under construction. And as part of that reconstruction work, the city's been working with property owners along the street to remove existing areaways. So those are the encroachments that go out into the public right away. And they can create safety hazards. They also limit what can be built on top. And they're just difficult to maintain. So one of those is at the Civic Theater. Just to orient you, this is looking north. So the areaway there extends all the way from Monroe Center to Library. So it's almost a full block. And Civic wants to get rid of that. So the total project cost to remediate that areaway is $834,000. That includes the addition of snow melt within that stretch of sidewalk. They have received a state grant to cover about approximately $530,000 of that, and then the city and the Civic are working together to make up the gap. They have approached us about adding participating in the addition of snow melt into the stretch, and that cost is $133,914. The Downtown Enhancement Grant allows us to pay for up to 50% of that project cost, and so the request to you this morning is for an amount not to exceed $66,957,000. Should add that once finished, that snow melt will be owned and maintained by the Civic, so it'll be privately owned and operated. It won't be part of the Downtown Improvement District, and also they would complete it as part of the current construction project, so it won't have to shut the road down again. With that, I'd be happy to take any questions.
Any questions? Yes.
Just curious what our thinking from a principal's perspective is on snow melt being part of the downtown system versus private property. How do we sort of?
We love it when it's privately owned.
Okay, that's better for.
Yep. It's
better maintained.
Better to maintain. Yep. Yeah. It's just, and I mean, it's great that they're adding it on near the existing system as well, so we start to add more of a connected, continuous walk experience. Yep. But yeah, we do love it when they are privately owned.
Tim, do we know how many areaways are left?
On Division or just in general?
In general.
I don't off the top of my head. I think there is a map that the city holds, but we were happy to track it down. I don't know.
Just curious.
Yeah.
Any other questions? All right, I'd entertain a motion to approve.
So moved. Support.
Any other comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right. Motion carries. Downtown holiday lighting. This must be for 4th of July or for what?
Good morning, everybody. Snow melt, world of winter, and holiday lighting. I'm sensing a theme for today's DDA meeting. So kudos to us for putting that together. Pretty standard request here. Just our standard request to work with Christmas Decor by DeVries for the provision, installation, and de-installation and storage of our holiday decorations. That will go up later this year ahead of the tree lighting and be up through World of Winter. A couple of changes I want to note for this year, but nothing earth-shattering. So all of the lights at Rosa have exceeded their lifespan. So as part of this ask, we'll be replacing all of those lights and installing new lights with a new color. And I wish I wrote it down because I can't remember what it was from the meeting. I think it's like a cool teal, but I could be wrong. So we'll all be surprised together when they go up. So how exciting. And then we're adding one new area this year. So typically we try to expand as much as we can feasibly do that within our budget, as well as what we can maintain. And we'll be adding Lion Square this year since that's finished. So Lion Square will get its own sort of set of decor that will align a little with the rest of Monroe Center and Rosa Parks, but it will also be a little more distinct and have its own sort of look and general feel. One other quick note is last year we did replace some lights, and then we added, hopefully you noticed, 2 new tunnels. So we replaced the tunnel at Rosa Parks last year with an even bigger tunnel, and then we added a tunnel to Monument Park on the other end of Monroe Center. Both of those seem to go over really well, and so we'll continue to place those out as well. The ask today is for an amount not to exceed $83,275, which includes the installation, storage, replacement, and deinstallation of the holiday lights. And with that, I'll take any questions you all might have.
Any questions? Looks like you have a question. No?
No.
Yes.
What's the color? No, I'm kidding.
I think it's cool teal, but I don't remember. I did not write that down.
They always look great.
Yeah, they do look good. They do look good.
Motion for approval.
Second.
All right. We have a motion and support. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Who is going to be opposed to downtown?
A monster.
Thank you all.
And moving on to World of Winter installations.
Hello, everyone.
Good morning.
Hello, Kim.
Good morning. Good morning. I know it's your favorite time of the year to talk about winter in summer, so we're here to talk about what went well last year at World of Winter. And a recap, we worked with GVSU and hired them to create an economic impact study. That was one of your requests last year, is to find out kind of financially where we're at with the festival. So that was included in your packet, and Bill and I will be able to go over some of that with you. First, I just wanted to share a little recap of a video that best encompasses everything from the festival. Oh. James, maybe go back. Sound. There we go.
There's something about winter that can feel isolating. It's cold and it's easy to stay inside, but World of Winter, making Grand Rapids feel alive.
Fui con los primos al Silent Disco y estuvo bien chido. Siento que es algo muy necesario para los chavos de nuestra edad. Y esos son los eventos donde puedo bailar y ver cómo toda esta gente se expresa. El World of Winter is beautiful.
World of Winter just kind of brought a lot of people outside, even when it was like not fun to be out in the cold. Like, you guys really made it festive.
There's so many incredible performers that bring their own magic to all of this. In a way, the festival really makes you want to stop and take it all in. The lights, the art, the way the city transforms is really cool.
Being able to be there and be present, I think leaving it, I'm like, I got to connect with a lot of dope people. So I think in a way, I feel like how I went into it was not how I got out.
that makes me value Grand Rapids more, the people who are putting these things on more. It's saying, oh, you really want us to love this city. You really want us to love these experiences. You really want us to be here and have a sense of ownership, place. There's a lot of colors and a lot of light along with the crazy sounds. There was fireplaces onto the side. And again, those moments kind of felt like you're getting transported to a different world.
Beyond the beauty of this festival, it's the people that bring Grand Rapids to life. I think we're shaping this city together, and this is just the beginning.
So as you can see, it truly is a world of winter. Our team, our activation and events team, Megan in the back there is our events manager, and she kills it every year with events and programming. Pia from our team, Katie, who manages all our local artists, our comms team, and our operations team all work together very hard to put this festival on. And Trevor, who's new with our team, he manages all of our artists and installations and builds. So it was a really great year. We had a really great season. Ultimately, we had 4.6 million visits in the downtown. 2.3 million of that were specific visitors that came and traveled specifically for World of Winter. And this is showing you kind of the growth again from events, proposals that we received. I will get here in a minute to proposals for 2026, but as you see, a big jump from last year submissions to this year, 176 proposals, which makes our team's job even harder every year to select proposals and curate specifically for the city. But it's really awesome because globally, I mean, we're already the largest winter festival in the US, but globally we're becoming a large name. And all of these artists from all over the world are hearing from other artists saying, hey, my friend was in your festival last year. We've heard really great things, love to be a part of it. So it's really nice to hear that we're making a name for ourselves all over the globe. I didn't want to go over every single event, of course. We host over 130 events and installations during this duration, but new last year, Megan teamed up with one of our downtown businesses, and they hosted a fashion show. We teamed up with a local member from Gun Lake Tribe to do a native hoop dance, and Katie organized 2 different speaker series events where we bring in these traveling artists to teach local artists how to do what they do. How they use the mediums that they use, how they apply for proposals, all of that, hoping that our local artists will start doing that, and they have. We also, Megan worked with, this is the JALSA event, so trying to add more cultural events within the downtown. One of our Activate grants was the Rapid Art Movement, where we took over a couple buses, dash buses in the downtown, and they had like a gallery inside and performers inside, and this was packed. The buses were absolutely packed. There were lines to even get in, so I didn't even get to go experience it myself. We also teamed up with the Hip Hop Association to do You Move Me, hip-hop battles down at Nobwin Park, and then also our ambassadors gave away roses for everyone downtown on Valentine's Day, which was, they loved that. They loved connecting with people downtown, and this was a fun way when someone hands you a rose for free for no reason, just because they want you to love downtown, so that was really great. And then typically I don't get to go in front of you to show you all of the Activate grants that our local artists apply for, but these are just some of the many installations from our local artists that Katie specifically works with. And I worked with a local artist last year to create the snails. Those snails are permanent now on the Blue Bridge because we had to remove the bears. So we're always trying to add things and keep things here throughout after World of Winter is gone as well. So, and Melvin and Marion work with our businesses for the window grant opportunities too, which are a great hit. This year we had a lot more than we did in the past. And as I mentioned, we worked with GVSU to create our economic impact study, and I'm going to pass it to Bill to kind of give you a rundown of all of the fun data.
Fun data. Thanks, Kim. So as Kim mentioned, we worked with GVSU to do an economic impact study this year. As she mentioned, you've requested that in the past. So this is nice for us to have a benchmark of what the local impact is because of the festival. This is the same methodology in a very similar study that ArtPrize uses, so we have a nice comparison there. So we can put some confidence in that. Without going through the specific numbers, just to give you a kind of idea of how they do this and conduct this study throughout the festival. To get to a confidence level that GVSU is comfortable with to make these assumptions, they want to do at least 1,000 surveys over the course of the festival. We were just over 1,200, and those were conducted both online and in person by the ambassadors. The ambassador team did great work to go around and collect these from actual visitors to the festival. The big number that you'll probably be most interested in is the overall impact of $38 million. So this is both direct spending and induced spending, but we can see based on we invest in this festival every year that's a pretty significant return. So we're very pleased with that number. It'll be interesting looking at next year to see where that lands for comparison purposes. One thing I wanted to highlight, Kim mentioned we had the 4.7 million visits. That's our tracking through Placer. This study, based on the methodology that Christian uses at GVSU, the 2.3 million is like unique visitors. So the 4.7 would have people that have come back to the festival a couple times. 2.3 is just individual visitors that came to the festival. One thing that's reassuring for us from a data collection perspective is for those numbers to match up, like our Placer data and the assumptions that the economic impact study makes. So that kind of gives us some confirmation that we're getting the best data possible. This gives you a little breakdown of how they separate out visitors. So they consider local visitors to be from like within the Grand Rapids economic geographic region. Non-local would be coming from further outside. So it's nice to see how many people are coming in, from basically outside of Kent County to come to the festival. Gives you the breakdown on the types there. And then we did have the ability to add some more qualitative questions to the survey. So in addition to demographics and how many times you've come, or also how much money you're spending, we can look at how many visits people took. We're very pleased to see repeat visits of these levels. So that means people are coming back, more than once during the 2-month course of the festival, which is a testament to the programming and the events that we have. Again, just kind of the bottom line number there for us to look at. And I should mention too, in your packet, the whole report is included if you really want to dive into the details and the methodology. If you have any specific questions that we aren't able to answer, Christian, the expert, is available for those. So just let us know if you want to dial into anything further. And then for the Placer data, did you want to chat through this, or I'm happy to?
Yeah, basically, it's thanks. Yeah. It's just showing you your daily average of visitors and how it shows through each year. So for comparison, so Marianne puts this together for us through Placer AI, and then showing the exact same thing, but throughout the duration of the festival. So you're looking at a daily and then versus full season.
So this gives us some comparison over our major events. One thing to note here, I think we've covered this in previous meetings, the Calder Plaza data collection it's a little bit, we have to draw a larger border around Calder Plaza to collect Placer data. It's due to privacy concerns with governmental buildings. So some of the visitors captured on Calder Plaza events could be like folks on Monroe Avenue or closer to DeVos Place. So again, with any of our Placer data, these are all estimates, but we're tracking good year over year, and you can see the comparisons here. The demographics that we collect, again, I think we've explained this before, but these are not, these are based on census tracts. So like where the cell phones are coming in from, what is the demographic makeup of that census tract. So we don't know that cell phone X is someone of Hispanic or Latino descent. We know that that's coming from a census tract with these percentages. So again, just want to underline that these are estimates, not exact numbers. Any questions on the data, the economic data or the placer data? All right.
So that's it for our 2025 recap. Any questions on the festival or activities or anything like that? Great, all right. I'll move right in. So this year, there's been some challenges. Of course, we don't have Canal Park, and we might not have a Naboan Park, so we're working that out with the city. So curation is a little different this year, and it always becomes challenging based on projects. But these are all projects that we want to see, of course, so we welcome that. But so this year it just looks a little different. The very first installation, our team has gotten to see this in person, and it is a wow crowd pleaser for sure. It's packed, absolutely packed inside and outside. This is Emergence from This Is Loop out of the UK. And this will likely be going on to Calder Plaza. We'll get this for the full duration. But basically what it is there are all these mirror perceptions. And I'll show you a quick video of how this works too. But thank you. It's taking every view of an area and changing your perception of it. Of the installation looks cool both day and night, of course. And then next installation, this is these are Anouki from Anouk out of France, and we'll be getting 2 sets of these in proposal, 7 weeks. So one we're proposing to go on DeVos, and I've already been working with Mr. Tadlock, so to make sure that we can for sure do this. The other one would either go at Anabuan or 6th Street Park, depending on the construction situation. So this is a new technology of inflatables. It's very different than the inflatables we've used in previous years. So these are showing you where and the placement of DeVos Place of how they will potentially look, which we think is really cool, and a different way to utilize the space. Next is Somnius from Illumifomium out of the UK, and this will likely either be in Anabuan or 555, again, depending on construction. This is a very unique installation. It's only a year old, and it was just in Australia, but it's becoming a big hit in this community. So it interacts with people as they go underneath, based on it senses you, and that's how the sound plays off of you. So I'll show you a little bit. and it just looks very mesmerizing. So this is showing you kind of to scale how they are, but based on how you move underneath, it senses you and will play music based around you and light up on how you move. This is brand new, so Blueprint from Studio Vertigo out of the UK as well. They have done this particular installation before, and what they're proposing with us is a brand new build, and it would be multiple of these that would go across the Gillette Bridge. So they also play music and do a light show as well. And then next, we see Kanewitt is from Krios out of Canada. These will be here for 4 weeks at 555, and these are a brand new installation. They just debuted down in Houston. So this is a quick video of these, and it talks about the seasons. It takes a pretty large team to create all of these, but there's 6 of them. Each one has a different sound that will play as you sit or lay underneath, and then, of course, does a little show in the Dreamcatcher as well. I'm sorry, am I blocking you, Jen? Okay. And then next, the Doors. These will be here for the full duration from Big R out of Canada, and these will receive 6 of them that will be placed back and forth on the Blue Bridge. And each one is interesting because you open the door and we can pick the programming that goes inside. So you're opening the door to another world. So like one, we're immediately like, oh, we want someone tubing or kayaking down the Grand River. So as you open it, that's what you'll see. So this is kind of showing you the different possibilities of, as you open them, transporting you into a different space. And then with last month's approval of the projection, or the projectors, we'll be able to have those and actually play Seasonal Wonders this year, which we're just really, really excited about. So we'll be able to bring that back and play it multiple times a night as well, working with DeVos, of course, making sure they don't have shows that evening that would conflict. But we all mostly know what that projection show is. And then our team, of course, works with other installers for installations that don't technically need DDA approval, but just to show you, we still curate and purchase installations that will go for World of Winter as well. This is one of them. So this is rain canopy that we'll be proposing to go underneath the awning at Lion Square. So it won't like compete with the projection show with sound or light or anything like that, but it will still look very visually appealing. And then this is an installation that we had bought from another festival from an indigenous artist, and they're about like 6 feet in width. So we'll be able to place this somewhere in the downtown as well, talking with the public museum on that one. And then, of course, we have our Activate grant series, and that's still currently live right now. So all of local artists that didn't submit for this or even did submit for this will be able to propose installations for that. We received 3 local artist proposals for World of Winter. One was late. The second one we're working with on a separate project for World of Winter rather than what they had proposed. And then the third we're proposing to work with. So, but that's the run of show of the proposal for traveling art for this year. Happy to take any questions, but before you is a request to fund these installations at an amount not to exceed $400,000.
Any questions?
Do you have any vandalism to the art over the years, or has it been pretty safe?
It happens. Definitely happens. I mean, mostly these traveling installs we haven't had problems with, except for the inflatables. But we had problems with in the summer because people are so more active.
Sure.
But we have security to monitor them.
Great.
Usually the stuff that kind of gets vandalized is the stuff that's not built very well, and that comes from some of our local artists because they're not engineers as opposed to these folks. But our local artists are learning. That's the benefit of having these artists come in and speak to them, and then they're always constantly trading best practices and like, oh, I work with this guy. Like, so they're always connecting, which is really kind of fun to see. And we get our artists together. We hang out, go for drinks. Like, so it's become kind of like a community every year with our team and the artists.
Any other questions or comments? Looks like fun.
Yeah.
All right, I'd entertain a motion to approve the expenditure. We have support?
Yes, support.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Sounds great.
Thank you all.
Thank you. That leads us right into the executive director report.
Yeah, thank you, and just want to say again, thanks to the whole team, but also especially Kim for all of her work in pulling together World of Winter stuff. So kudos to everyone on the work that they do to deliver that exciting festival. A couple things to highlight. One was already mentioned, and hopefully you've seen, but Lion Square is now open and being used. Furniture is out. We will have a more official ribbon cutting. We're just trying to align schedules, but keep your eye out for that. It'll be sometime this summer, and hopefully you can all come down and see that. But the space is looking great and being used, which we love to see. Want to just continue to highlight some of the events that are going on downtown throughout the summer. So Sunset Cinema is back this weekend. Mamma Mia? Yeah, Mamma Mia. So come down for that. Tomorrow, Relaxa Rosa, Cabildo will be out there. And then if you noticed in your vitals, we've seen a little bit of an increase in visitor traffic, and that's just due to everything else that's been going on. So here are just some pictures of people in and around downtown over the past couple of weeks. A lot of fun things happening, and just great to see the space being used. And then last thing I wanted to highlight for you all, we talked about this last week with our board of advisors, but we are intending to initiate the GR Forward update. So later this month, we'll be sending out an RFQ to kind of start everything out, bring a consultant on board. We're not expecting it to be as big and robust as the first time around, just because of all the work that's been happening over the past 5-10 years. Here's just a quick list of planning initiatives that have been happening that influence work happening downtown. So don't need a full redo, but want to make sure that we're staying current and updating our priorities. So we'll be informing you along the way. Hopefully a couple of you can be involved in the steering committee. That we'll keep you posted on. But here's a quick look at the schedule that we've proposed. Key highlights are work starting early fall, and then hopefully being done about 12 months time from now. So you'll of course be involved in that. But if you have any questions on that or anything else happening, I would be happy to take them.
Any questions? room that would like to step forward and make a comment, now is your chance. All right, seeing none, board discussion, let's make this robust. It seems like a quiet crowd today, myself included.
Chair, I'll just make a comment, Chair, just to say kudos to Kim and her entire team. It must have been 8-9 years ago we talked about wanting to be a city that embraces all 4 seasons, and just seeing the numbers related to the growth of World of Winter, and then experiencing it over the last several years, and how many people it brings downtown, especially during those months when most people are hibernating. It's pretty exceptional. And the national and international attention we've gotten because of it, and the groups that come here and want to learn what we're doing and how we've done it, I just think speaks volumes about the work that's been done by your team. So I just want to say thanks.
Yeah. Agreed. Anybody else? All right. Then we are adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Your information.
Yeah. Sticking around?